Hunted in the jungle, I looked into the eyes of a tiger. A chilling true survival story from the heart of India. It didn't roar, it didn't growl, it just stared, and I knew I was prey. Michael Ramirez, 32, from Mexico, wasn't a tourist. He was a wildlife volunteer working in one of India's most dangerous and remote tiger reserves, Kanha National Park. With a degree in environmental science and a love for big cats, he had joined a conservation program to help track Bengal tigers. His duties included placing motion-triggered cameras, recording paw prints, and educating villagers about living near predators. I wasn't chasing danger, I was chasing meaning. I wanted to help protect these animals, but that meant entering their world completely. It was early morning, just after sunrise. The team was sent to install a camera near a dried-up stream where tiger tracks had recently been spotted. The air was thick with humidity, and the jungle was buzzing with life. Michael, along with 2 local trackers, trekked deep into the forest. The brush was thick, visibility limited. When they reached the site, the team split briefly. One tracker went scouting for signs, the other checked GPS range. Michael stayed by the tree, fixing the camera. I remember thinking, this spot is perfect. Good lighting, open clearing. I was adjusting the angle when everything went silent. No birds, no insects, just silence. Michael felt a chill run up his spine. He slowly turned and froze. There, just beyond the trees, stood a Bengal tiger. Massive, battle-scarred. Its golden eyes locked on him like a sniper scope. I didn't hear him, didn't smell him. He was just there, like he had materialized from the forest itself. The tiger didn't charge immediately. It watched, studied, and then it moved. It didn't make a sound. Not a snarl, not a roar. It just lunged, a silent explosion of muscle and fury. Michael had no time. He instinctively swung the heavy camera, hitting the tiger across the snout. It barely flinched. The tiger slammed into him, knocking him flat. Its claws tore through his back. Its jaws clamped down on his left shoulder. The pain was white-hot, but the fear was colder than anything I've ever felt. Pinned to the jungle floor, he screamed, kicked, grabbed a branch and shoved it between its teeth. The tiger growled, shaking its head, and for a brief moment paused. That's when the gunshot rang out. One of the trackers had returned and fired a warning shot into the air. The tiger turned, snarled, vanished into the brush like a ghost. Michael lay in the dirt, bleeding, half-conscious. His left arm was barely attached. He was rushed through thick brush, carried on a makeshift stretcher. It took 3 hours of bumpy driving to reach the hospital in Nagpur. He flatlined once in the ambulance. I remember the sound of the siren, but also the jungle. I swear I still heard him, breathing, watching. He survived. Barely. 4 surgeries, 2 months in recovery, and physical therapy that nearly broke him. His shoulder was saved, but covered in scars. His back still carried the claw marks of something ancient. A year later, Michael returned to India. Not out of madness, but out of respect. I had to finish what I started. The tiger didn't do anything wrong. He was surviving, just like I was. Today, Michael gives talks about coexisting with predators. His book, Eyes in the Shadows, is in progress. Tattooed across his shoulder blade are 4 tiger claw marks, each one a reminder. You don't talk your way out of the wild. You don't tame it. You survive it. Or you don't.